Je t'arrête en pleine mission, comme vous pouvez voir. Je suis. Juste un instant. Façon déroulant. Bon, non, je peux jouer. Bon, fait que j'ai aucune idée qui s'est passé. Il y a eu une erreur qui s'est survenue. Ça a planté. Fait que là, je crois que je vais passer la minute à ma conjointe dans pas trop long. Reprendre, je suis rendu. J'ai aucune idée. Je retourne exactement dans la mission où je suis. Je connais pas trop la game. J'ai joué en me passant la manette dans le premier temps, puis rendu proche de la moitié, ben ma conjointe a juste continué tout seul, elle était rendue confortable avec les guns, puis les papas, les tchic, tchic, en tout cas, fait que, ben c'est ça. Fait que là, bon, on va continuer. Ici, j'ai aucune idée, puis je vais passer ma conjointe, je vais rester pas loin, je vais juste reprendre la manette. Et à tantôt!
Ouch. Mon Dieu, je suis vraiment désolée. Je sais pas qu'est-ce qui s'est passé. Ça l'a planté.
Gents, drink. Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. I'm Benny Clough.
Ouais, méchant gros
Yes, it is.
Salut.
I heard about it on the radio.
Pas des
They're
petits
saying it was
pouces.
that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it.
Si ça leur fait, je suis vraiment
I rang
désolée.
that husband of hers.
Je sais pas pourquoi ça a
The
bugué de
babysitter
même,
said he
je
was out.
comprends pas.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Bon, fait que là, on va recommencer de là. Hey, on se croise les doigts que ça rebug pas, hein.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a
Je vais
cab.
dire à mon
Did you get
chum
the
de
number?
rester proche.
Sure, I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
I want the five-star goddamn wedding.
Bon.
Waitress. Get another spoon.
Ok, ça prend pas 15 secondes.
Put out an
15
APB
minutes
on the
après
cab.
ça.
3591. Should be traceable.
Bon.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up,
Ah,
Ben.
merci.
All right, two
beaucoup.
creeps were all over her, promising to
Les jeux des
take her
roses,
dancing.
ça fait
You
plaisir.
get a good look at these guys?
Sure.
Ça me fait
I got a good
plaisir.
look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other men?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Bon, ben, approche-toi parce que je pose cette question-là.
Any
puis après
idea
ça, je te
where
passe
she
la
was
manette.
headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Dans pas long, pas tout de suite, attends. Lâche-moi ça.
She was murdered,
Oops,
Benny.
it's trompé.
Brutally murdered. If you like this lady, you should give us something.
You telling me I'm not cooperating? Watch it, pal.
Bon, je passe la manette à mon chum.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Bon, c'est à mon
Hey,
tour
no
de reprendre la
problem.
manette.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD. Don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the
No.
son of a bitch get away.
Boy, let's take it to a better place.
Go,
Tasse-toi
Phelps,
si
get
tu vois
after
des
it.
compétents.
Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We
Look at
could have a
him,
killer
I
on
love
our
him.
hands.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Hey, ça roule pas ce char-là, sérieux.
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
What?
All right, all right.
J'ai embarqué dans la boîte.
I've had enough.
Show me your hands. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Bon, elle est noire. Contact avec lui.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty
Bye
had the same
Titi, merci
idea.
d'avoir passé, ça me fait plaisir. À la prochaine, on se revoit une autre fois. Bon, jeu d'héros, j'ai regardé vite fait quand mon chum est en train de faire la peur. Je vais te répondre après sur la famille sans fuite, mais j'ai fini mon live.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Moi, je fais pas confiance à lui.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Petite question comme ça, jeu d'héros. Est-ce que t'aimes ça, les vidéos de bouffe comme que j'ai faites avec mon chum? Parce que y a beaucoup de monde, ça a l'air qui aime ça. Fait que j'essaie de savoir à peu près qu'est-ce que mes abonnés y aiment. Puis je risque d'en faire un autre, comme j'ai dit, avec des sushis, là. Fait que j'essaie de trouver, tu sais, des idées, parce que je suis comme un peu à court d'idées de vidéos.
You're behind the wheel.
Fait que des fois, des petites idées, ça fait du bien, là.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Now, if you think we ought to, then I guess we
Je
ought.
sais que je risque d'en faire un avec ma
Car 11
fille.
came to KGPL.
Je vais faire des boules de poisson avec ma recette. Mais j'ai plus d'idées. Parfait. C'est sûr que je vais alterner. J'ai des vidéos de vlog aussi. Je fais pas juste ça. Mais si je sors des vidéos de bouffe une fois de temps en temps, moi je sais que tu vas aimer ça. Là, ma fille est pas avec moi parce que j'ai passé, mes affaires ont passé le test du COVID, fait qu'on est comme en quarantaine en ce moment. Non, on attend les résultats, fait que je peux pas aller chercher ma fille. Fait que je pourrais pas faire la vidéo de bouffe avant un bout. Ça fait comme 2 mois que je le repousse. Bon, est-ce que je pose des questions à lui? Qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse? J'ai arrêté d'écouter un peu, j'ai pas écouté. Pas grave. Oui, c'est parce que j'aime pas mal. Je fais pas mal plein de choses. Je vais juste écouter ça, je vais te répondre après.
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks for your help.
J'étais supposée de faire une vidéo en construisant des maisons de pain d'épices, mais comme ça n'a pas bien été là, pendant le temps des fêtes, nous autres, là, comme pas mal tout le monde. Fait que, tu sais, j'étais pas là mentalement, ça me tentait comme vraiment pas.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Fait que... Puis en plus, j'étais malade, là. Là, je vais mieux, là. Je suis correct, là. Juste un petit instant. Ah, puis mon chum, il rajoutait sa petite touch aussi. On va essayer d'en faire un une fois par mois parce que mon chum essaie de perdre du poids, puis moi aussi.
J'ai 80 livres.
Puis, mon chum, il faut qu'il perde 80 livres, puis moi, il faut que j'en perde au moins une trentaine. Fait que si je bouffe trop souvent, je vais en devenir grosse.
Je l'ai déjà!
Chut! Fait que c'est ça, mais on va en faire. Je pense que je vais faire des mukbangs santé, végé.
He's in an interview
plein
too.
d'affaires de même.
Thanks. What do you make of it?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Puis le pire, là, c'est qu'avant, là, je pesais 90 livres. Là, j'en pèse quasiment 200. Avec...
Oh, les sushis. Le prochain.
Oh, ouais, c'est sûr. Ça va être des sushis les prochains, je vous le jure. Des
Non,
sushis.
pas le prochain, c'est de la fête.
Ben, ça, parce que, tu sais, ça prend le montage à faire pis tout, là.
Tu fais attention d'en travailler sur un. Dans
Ouais,
2 semaines, 3
c'est
semaines, il y en a un autre qui va sortir.
Bon.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Parce que là, en ce moment, je
We
travaille
know
sur
why you're
un.
here, Jessup, so it would be best if
Il
you
dit
answer
temps
our
et plus.
questions truthfully.
C'est,
I don't want any
Attends, je
trouble,
te
that's
dis
why
après.
I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
bon. Que. Non, j'en ai un qui s'en vient, il est 18 ans et plus, parce que c'est le jeu, je n'ai jamais joué, là, l'affaire d'alcool. Je sais que c'est pas populaire, mais j'ai décidé de le faire. Puis, tu sais, c'est des questions, là, sur le sexe, fait que c'est comme quand même assez croustillant. Fait que. Il y en a un autre qui s'en vient. Puis là, un de nos vlogs aussi, que je travaille dessus. Puis là, ben, il va y avoir d'autres vidéos aussi, là. Fait que mon programme, il est vraiment, là, de la merde. Fait que dès que j'ai 29 minutes d'enregistrer, ben j'ai de la misère à faire mes vidéos. Puis j'ai pas une bonne grosse ordi, fait que c'est difficile. Fait que là, je vais continuer avec ça. J'ai pas
My CO
écouté.
is gonna kill me.
Il a pas l'air stressé, le gars. Qu'on verra.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
No.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Bon, fait que le taxi il est correct. Ouais, c'est vrai, c'est pas évident, parce que j'ai un document sur mon ordi avec toutes les idées que j'ai. Comme là, je veux travailler avec mes oiseaux, puis je veux comme le filmer, parce que mes conneurs, c'est bien populaire. J'ai comme 400 views sur mon vidéo de conneurs. Et que je veux faire ça, mais c'est parce que mes conneurs sont agressifs. Et que c'est difficile de travailler avec des conneurs agressifs, là.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're
Wow.
holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assault.
Thanks.
Ça, c'est le clochard, ça. Ah, ok, bon.
You can drive.
Elle est longue, elle est vraiment
Where are we
longue, cette émission-là, sérieusement. Bon.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the
Je
camp.
pensais peut-être aussi faire des vidéos avec mon gris d'Afrique, comme des fois faire des lives, là, puis quand il parle, là, le filmer, là. Il y en a qui font ça, puis ils mettent ça sur leur chaîne, puis c'est super populaire. Parce qu'un gris d'Afrique, c'est quand même un perroquet, puis c'est bien smart, là. Le note a commencé à faire des bruits de canards étouffés, là. Les conneurs, ça crie fort aussi. Bon. Je pense que je vais me battre, là. Je m'en rappelle.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you. Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic, fellas. We need to hold out to the cavalry battle.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buck's about to keep you down, son.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight
Ah, je
for
m'en
it.
rappelle même plus comment me battre. Ah, comme ça. Ah, comment, si? Ah ouais, dang, 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 ouais, comme ça. Ah, mon esti. Ah oui, tombe à terre. Terre à terre. Et voilà. Drop dead.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Bon, quand on va fouiller le campement, ça a l'air. Ça aurait été le fun s'il n'aurait pas lâché mon live. J'ai eu
Kremlin's over here, Phelps.
plein de
Toss it, see
commentaires.
what you
Ça
find.
me fait chier, là. Ça me fait chier, là. Ça me fait chier, là. Bon, on va écouter ça, là. X. Bordel de merde.
Still
Je dois me
working?
lever tôt demain.
I'm
À
off
plus
to
et
the
bon
Lighthouse
lundi.
Club in Santa Monica.
À demain. Ah ben, à demain. À bientôt.
Mr.
Bonne
Benson,
nuit.
this is Courtney Sheldon.
Merci d'avoir
He's a buddy of
passé.
mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir.
Bye.
Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
Yeah, babe.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
Désolée si je parle pas, c'est une passe importante et je la laisse jouer.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Yark, missing morphine. c'est tellement de la dope, ça. Yark. Poser l'objet. Bon. J'ai trouvé 4 journaux sur 13. Bon. Bon, ouais, ça va bien, ça.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Ça... Non, mais ils sont niaiseux, genre. Laisse-leur affaire là, juste de même, juste comme ça. Quoi d'autre que je vais trouver? C'est quoi?
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Il doit y avoir d'autres affaires, j'ai loupé quelque chose, c'est sûr, certain.
Any ideas?
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find him.
Quoi? Ouais. Ben, ouais, il va falloir leur brancher parce que le programme va comme... En tout cas, ouais. Ouais, un peu, oui. Bon. Voyons, mon petit frère.
Advice?
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find him.
Ah, j'ai plus rien, je dois trouver.
Can you drive to this one?
Ah, c'est ça,
Where
j'ai plus rien
exactly are we
trouvé.
going?
Bon.
We're going this way.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrelson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
La corde. De corde.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Et voilà!
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Mm-hmm. J'en fais-tu une autre mission? Est-ce que j'en fais pas?
C'est fini ta game. Avance là. On s'en débarrasse.
Oh, j'ai renvoyé mon chum au dépanneur, mais c'est vrai, en temps de coup de feu! Hey, c'est pas fabuleux! Oh, j'ai faim du chocolat.
And now my heart
Pardon?
blazing.
Yeah!
You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
The Studio Secretary Murder. Faute de tape. Faute de frappe. Ouais, c'est ça.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your head, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Oops, blah.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's ground...
Bah, hey, j'ai mal aux jambes là-dessus. You le pouf! Pouf pouf. Pouf pouf pouf. Pouf pouf pouf. Pif pouf paf. Excusez-moi. Ben oui, toi. C'est gaiseux. Wow.
How can I help you boys?
How can I help you, boys? I don't know, boy.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a
Yeah.
rose gold wedding
Ok,
and
arrête,
engagement
là.
ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Ah, mon petite marde! Tu vas remettre ça sur PlayStation avant qu'il brûle, là, c'ti?
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Aïe, sacrément.
Thanks for the tip.
Non, je peux pas me faire mal. Ah! Bon.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Bon.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Oh my god, c'est quand tu peux pas noir que t'as faim pour ça, hein? Du chocolat, du chocolat.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We have a problem. We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Yeah.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
On va commencer par aller voir la victime, puis après ça, je vais aller parler au monsieur. Je sais pas le terme qu'utilise nègre. C'est pas ça.
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Wesh.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Bon, on va regarder sa sacoche. Je vais la laisser lire au complet, là, parce que j'ai comme...
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Bon, celle-là...
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Bon.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
The fuck?
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Bon, il n'y a plus de petite musique. C'est mon chat? Qu'est-ce que... Il est en train de miauler. Je pense qu'il y a quelqu'un qui m'a volé mon chat.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Bon. Je lâche un coup de fil.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? This is the place.
5 minutes là. Je vais aller voir si j'ai pas fini mes affaires. Bon, ça. Ça même. Ok, bon, c'est ça.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Bon.
Can you drive to this one?
The fuck? Pourquoi c'est encerclé, genre? Je comprends pas. Ok, ben je vais m'en aller de l'autre bord. On va voir pourquoi c'est encerclé, là.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going? We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
Excusez-moi.
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Si tu fermes les rideaux comme faut, pas qu'on voit mes...
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No. I was at home. Writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Je regardais voir si je peux pas trouver des journaux ou toujours même, mais il y en a pas.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Attends une minute, il y en a des. Il y a un doute dans.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Cocksucker.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
No.
What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon.
Bon. Oh, boy. Je vais passer la manette à mon chum. Je suis un petit bout parce qu'il faut que j'aille faire un petit pipi.
Bon, c'est moi. Fait que là, c'est ça. On est dans un magasin spiritueux de 11h25.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Bon, désolé, le piton à off, fait que ma conjointe a parlé dans le vide. J'ai aucune idée, excuse-moi, parce que là, on a retrouvé son chat. Ça fait comme 4 jours qu'on le cherche, on pensait qu'il était parti, les enfants.
Got some fine
Il y avait
stock
beaucoup de
here,
peine.
Mr. Robbins.
Désolé du...
No, you let us take some
contre-
from the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here.
No.
But I probably shouldn't have let her.
C'est
An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around.
Je repasse la manette parce que moi, ce jeu-là, je suis pas bon fort. Lâchez, s'il te plaît.
Je vais prendre ma game. Je suis désolée, c'est parce que je cherchais mon chat, puis là, ben, je l'ai retrouvé. Fait que là, on va juste regarder. Je sais pas par où mon chat m'est rentré, mais bon.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Bon.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Ok. C'est ça, bon. Donc on sait regarder. Je pèse son lit si je peux poli, moi.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed. Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Excusez.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago.
Il va
Worked in
redescendre.
legal
Il va redescendre.
copyrights for music.
Faut le sergent le faire sortir puis bloquer ces trous-là.
Oh, inquiète pas. J'ai même pas peur.
C'est à cause qu'il veut plus s'approcher de moi plus.
Pourquoi? Bon. Ok. Bon. Ouais, je paye ces pitons pis ça marche pas.
Help me out.
Question the owner. He must know something.
Bon. You le owner. C'est lui ça?
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Ouais, c'est Silver! Ouais, c'est super le fun! Ah,
She's an alcoholic and your friend, and you still kept selling her booze.
You ever try to stop an addict, detective? Better me than having her buy methylated spirits from the hardware store.
Wow.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Ok.
When Evelyn bought the
J'allais
booze,
tellement pas avec
did
lui!
she say
Mais il
who
est
she was
tellement
meeting or
une
where
fan
she was
genre de
going?
comme bœuf.
A young
Comment tu
drinking friend of
veux?
hers, I think. Don't recall his name.
Ah, quelle leçon ça?
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for
Ah,
leads,
ben,
Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him.
Excusez.
From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
I thought you were Evelyn's friend, Robbins.
You should learn some manners, some goddamn respect.
Mathéo,
We're
dans
catching
ton lit.
murderers, not running a popularity contest.
Dans ton lit. J'ai pas le temps.
Je sais, mais c'est toi qui t'as levé, j'ai même pas entendu.
Bon.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11K, KGPL.
Excuse-moi si je parle pas beaucoup, c'est juste comme concentré à cause de mon chat. Là.
Arrête de t'en faire.
Je sais qu'il est dans la maison là. Bon, pourquoi je suis là là?
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Ok. Je comprends pas.
I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
Ouais.
I'm praying that those prints come through.
Ça va super bien. Super.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as
Oh
we
boy,
can be sure,
ouais,
it said
j'avoue, hein.
Club BD.
Nous autres, on est confinés.
That's one way of looking at it.
Ben, en
Looking at
quarantaine,
what?
parce que j'attends les résultats des tests de COVID à mes enfants, là, fait que
You're married.
on peut
Yours
pas
is mortgage.
sortir. On a
Some
rien
of
à
us
faire.
like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Même si t'as resté
Why are you
15-20
so
minutes,
angry now?
ça me fait plaisir au moins t'as
Because I
passé.
just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. Follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
It'll never stick, and you'll get roasted.
Ah, il y a le téléphone. Demandez, il était où?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Oh mon dieu. Excuse-moi, je lâche pas de vous bailler les oreilles. Ah, il est 10h05. Je me couche souvent vers cette heure-là, dernièrement. Et que je suis comme brûlée.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Ta chaîne trop de plancher. je regarde pas qu'est-ce que je fais.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Ah, oh non, babe! Faut que je cours après en char!
There!
Bon. À mon tour.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Oh, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us. I'm okay with it. Ah, god damn it, the train up ahead. Watch out, Cole. Joyride is over, kid. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Je me rappelle plus de ce coup submission-là.
You gotta get me closer.
Ah, merde! Je suis autant sur ma blonde dans ça, un peu.
A little pin boy's getting the best of you, Cole. That is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
Hands behind your head.
J'ai planté dans une chaîne, j'ai jumpé.
Wow! Ah, je suis en train de regarder mes commentaires sur mon autre chaîne. Oupsidou! Oh! C'est vrai que les animations faciales là, sur ce jeu-là sont nice. C'est le même qui fait que tu peux comme... que tu peux comme... détecter s'il ment, si ça, c'est fait exprès pour... Mon Dieu, qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Salut!
You can drive.
Oublie pas de mettre un petit pouce!
Fine. Where are we headed?
J'ai une autre partie de ce live-là, il a comme foiré en deux, là. Qu'est-ce que tu fais avec ça sur le dos? Il marche tout croche. Va te coucher, là! Je suis tannée de me répéter. Faut que tu fasses de dos, il est tard. T'es-tu tanné, son...
McCaffrey's in apartment 6.
Appartement 6. Il nous avait déjà donné, mais... Je m'en rappelais plus. Moi et ma mémoire... Mon Dieu, fait donc main noire. Moi et ma mémoire de poisson. Ok. 5, 6. Non, ça c'est 8. C'est bord-là. Bon. Ah bah ouais. Moi, quelqu'un qui
Doesn't look
cogne
like
à
anybody's
même,
home.
je stresserais, là. Ça va super bien. Ça va mieux. On est en quarantaine, mais c'est correct. On va s'en sortir.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Ok. Pas grand chose à date, là. Bon.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
On n'a plus le droit de sortir. Il veut dire qu'on n'a plus le droit de sortir à cause du couvre-feu. Puis, en même temps, ben, nous autres, on est pris en dedans parce qu'on attend les résultats de test de COVID de nos enfants. Bon. Oh! Ah! Ben oui, tout chose!
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that.
Ouais, cette affaire-là, là. Ouais. J'ai pas écouté la madame. Ok, mais je monte comment en haut, mais là. Ok, I guess par là. J'ai dû l'écouter.
Case and got promoted?
Non. Non. Faut que je cours après, check bien ça.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk!
I'll go get our wheels.
Non! Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, maudite marde?
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
You là, tabarnouche. Ah!
There he is. See him?
Je peux pas peser plus vite, je suis pas droitier, moi.
LAPD!
Toi. Je commence à avoir mal au pouce, mon pouce veut plus, là. Ah, what the fuck? Ah, j'ai mal au pouce.
Don't make me chase you!
Lock him up! Throw away the key!
Can't we talk about this?
Ok. Attends, là.
Can't we talk about this?
Je sais même pas comment me battre. Je sais même pas comment me battre. J'ai aucune.
Can't we talk about this?
Faut que tu y fous un coup de poing!
Je sais, mais je sais même pas comment. Quel bouton?
Hey, ça ici!
Je sais pas, moi, c'est ça que je cherchais.
C'est la manette, là. Ah,
bon. Fait que là.
Ah, j'ai mal, là. J'ai vraiment mal. J'ai toutes les mains tout engourdies.
Face, oui, au pire. Elle a une petite crampe dans la main. C'est pour ça qu'elle chante de
We
même.
need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's gotta be the cap.
Unless
Unless Tiernan set him up.
Je suis pas droitière, j'ai toute la main
think that
droite, là.
asshole Jameson
Comme la pouce, le poignet, là. Oh my god, j'ai mal. Habituellement, c'est mon chum qui fait ces passes-là.
How do you know
Pas
that
moi.
McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
The fuck you.
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
Oh man, j'ai vraiment mal. C'est ce char-là ou c'est l'autre?
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Holy fucking shit, hein. J'ai vraiment mal à la main. Mais ouais, qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Oh! Sérieux, là?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Je sais même pas si c'était char là.
If you think the list is exhaustive.
Je pense que j'ai volé un char.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is.
Oh my
aberration.
god.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic.
Bonne soirée à
myself.
toi.
He's got some fearful
Merci d'avoir
retribution.
passé.
Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want the confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
Hein? Oui, Charlène a fini. J'ai vraiment mal à la main, man. Oh. Merci à toi aussi. Merci beaucoup. Bon. Je vais juste regarder mes notes. Indice. Bagne, engage. Premier nuit. Sac à main de femme contenant des effets personnels. Première moitié. Déchiré. Travail dans un. Pêche à pied de dessin. Trouvé parmi les effets personnels de la victime. Livre. Trouvé dans les affaires de la victime au nom de. Démontre plus. Ok, c'est bon. Je m'en vais. Come on.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Lien avec la victime.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan.
Oh my
Were you
God.
sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Ok. Oh my
You don't like
lord,
McCaffrey, do
man!
you, Tiernan?
Je l'ai pas
And he's
celui-là,
full of
je
a
l'ai
common manner,
vraiment,
too.
mais
He props
vraiment
up a bar
pas.
like the rest of us.
Oh!
Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Man.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Ok, où l'autre, là?
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down.
No.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Oh my god.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Doesn't look good.
Ah la
It's either
la.
you or Tiernan from where we're sitting.
Personally, I think Evelyn is better off. But I had nothing to do with it.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Là, je fais n'importe quoi parce que je fais n'importe quoi, là.
You're going to have
Je
to do
sais que
better
c'est pas
than that,
ça, mais
detective.
c'est pas grave, là. Je m'en calisse, là, celle-là, là.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment,
J'ai
and
pas
the
fait
note from her
attention.
mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
If it was planted there, then some evil mastermind must be at work here. You got a name, McCaffrey?
Tiernan. Who else?
I was under the impression you thought Tiernan incapable of tying his own shoelaces.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Oh là là, je peux pas recommencer cette dernière partie-là, genre. Ouais, non, je sais, c'est parce que j'ai pas pris attention du début. Fait que là, j'ai aucune idée qu'est-ce que je fais, parce que moi, j'ai un TDA, faut que je prenne toute petite affaire. Faut que je prenne mon temps. J'ai aucune idée qu'est-ce que je fais, là. Fait que je sais même pas qui que je vais inculper, j'ai aucune idée. Je l'ai déjà interrogé le premier, je sais pas si je peux le réinterroger. Pourquoi faudrait...
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thank you.
Bon, mais je pense que je sais qui, là. Je pense que je sais c'est qui, là.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor
Non, mais...
into an assault charge?
Je sais pas.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge. Beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it?
Il vient juste de
How is a
l'avouer.
man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Ben là, il vient juste d'avouer, là.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Parce que quand que j'ai interrogé l'autre il a dit
Congratulations,
que...
boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand.
qu'il allait y faire la
I
peau,
want you
fait
to put this
que...
business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse. And neither will the
Non,
grand
c'est
jury.
dur. Puis j'ai pas suivi du début la mission, fait que c'est pour ça que je suis comme... Oh, tu sais, je sais pas. Faut vraiment t'écouter tout. Si tu manques un petit bout, là, t'es fait. Comme l'autre mission d'avant, elle était pas pire, mais elle était dure. Comme 5 indices, j'ai pas trouvé. 5 questions sur 12, là, tu sais. Non, j'ai comme celle-là, là. Pochette
We
de
have lost
page,
most of
oui.
Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The Gunny is dead. First platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and Infilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant! Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions! We only have minutes! I'm in charge here, Sergeant! Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moved! You have 10 men left! My orders are to save what's left! Move out!
C'est gris. C'est gris. C'est gris. Oh, il veut plus rien savoir de moi, mon chat.
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a
De
problem.
rien, ça
The
fait
examiner
plaisir.
received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
Mon Dieu, ça commence de même. Ok. Ça a l'air qu'on en fait un autre.
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night. No one else but the killer knew about this message.
Looking in wonder up to heaven while yet the music peal along. I hide myself within a fountain in the public square where LA like the reflect of the moon seen in the way when
Another snippet from the Shelley poem.
Okay.
If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrellson.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Moloch...
Hang on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder...
Ah, fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want it
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A what? Story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
Bon, ben, je pense que ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui. Je vais juste le monter au char, là.
It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. They think they're untouchable.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got...
Bon. Bon, ben, voilà, ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui. Si ça va aimé, vous pouvez mettre un petit pouce. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner si ce n'est pas déjà fait. Puis, vous pouvez commenter si ça vous chante, ça vous tente. Et que moi, je vous dis au revoir. Ben, chante, ça vous chante. Tu sais, tu dis, ça me tente. Whatever, c'est une expression québécoise. En tout cas, fait que si ça te tente, tu peux commenter. Si ça te tente pas, ben c'est bien correct, c'est pas grave. Fait que moi, je vous revois demain, parce que demain, on est mercredi, puis c'est mon épisode pour de vrai. Fait que je vous revois demain pour la suite de la mission. Fait que bonne nuit, bonne soirée, bonne journée, peu importe de où ce que t'es, puis peu importe quand tu l'as écouté la vidéo. Fait que je vous revois à bientôt. Merci beaucoup. Oups, pas tout là-bas, putain. Bye!